Hello, my name's Nicholas, and I've been selling on Amazon for the last 5 years. And yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy month. Okay, so we're pretty much nearly at 5,000 profit already for the month of November. We're the 12th of November. Previous month, October, we did a total profit of 10,725 and 55K in revenue. It's amazing to see how the business is growing from day to day, and like really we're like on 200 quid profit already for the day, and it's not even 4 o'clock. We're quite happy with that. Now the business is changing. Yeah, the business is changing, and the amount of work that I've been doing in the business over the month of October and November has changed too. Now, reason being is I've lost my staff, so therefore I need to make sure that I graft over the next 2 months really. So okay, November, December. Realistically speaking, the next 4 weeks. Yeah. Because the last thing I want to be doing is I want to be sending in stock. I don't want to be sending stock in the 10th of December, wanting to get the sale. I want everything to be in on time. So this is why today we had another 2 pallets that have gone out the unit, and very pleased with that. About 600 units of PL stock. But yeah, it's just I'm just navigating the whole process of doing everything myself again. I'm literally doing everything again, packing, doing the meetings and everything. So apologies that you haven't seen as much content out there for me, because I was quite consistent, but I'm just trying to navigate with it. And a lot of people that do YouTube that don't actually run an Amazon business at the same time, they just do it for clout, potentially even just to show that they're doing something. They'll have somebody else doing it, and this is why they're constantly doing YouTube. But for me, this is how I pay the bills. Okay, Amazon is how I pay the bills, how I pay the nursery fees, etc., etc. So I've had to knuckle down, and I didn't want to lose the opportunity. Yes, I lost the staff, but I didn't want to lose the opportunity of Q4, and I'm doing quite well for myself now. I did a short video a couple of months ago, and I said what I wanted. I wanted 10K in October, which I've done. 12K I wanted in November, and I won really 20K potentially in December. So this is why I'm hammering stock constantly. Every time that I've got a wholesaler messaging me, I'm like, right, I'm ordering. Any time that I've got bundles that need to be made, they're prepped on time. PL products, they're already in Amazon now, so this is why we're getting a nice trickle of sales and going on. So I've sold a total for month to date. We've done 1,000 units, 1,171 units. In the previous month, we did nearly 3,500 units, 3,500 units and 32. Now, so that means quite a lot of prep really has gone on some items. Of course, we have got the PL products, we don't have to do anything, but we have got unique bundles, and I've been doing a bit of toys and beauty arbitrage, because why not? It's Q4. It's an easy way to make money, so I'll do it. But something that really triggered me about 3 weeks ago was I had a problem where somebody jumped on my listing. Now, I've been doing private label, and I've been doing selling under my brand for 3 years now, and this is only the second time that somebody has jumped on my listing. But what I didn't like was the fact that it took a bit extra time for them to get off the listing. Now, when it first happened, a whole 2 years ago, the first time that somebody jumped on my listing, I was able to get rid of the same evening. But it took a bit more time to get rid of this seller. And in fact, they were quite a big seller, a seller with 12,000 reviews as a seller. So a really, really big seller. They know what they're doing. They've been doing different things like me. They know what they're doing, and they just jumped on the listing thinking that they weren't be able to get bought off that listing. Not bought off, but knocked off that listing. Now, the process has changed. Okay, so for anyone that's thinking, right, I've been hit, somebody's jumped on my listing, what do I have to do? I think one of the first things you have to be doing now is order the product. So I ordered the product. They had as FBM, and that meant that I had to wait a couple of days before I got the product, and then I could open a case, an intellectual property claim case, and win it. I was able to win it via copyright, because there was something on my item that I've copyrighted, and therefore I was able to knock him off the listing. But it came to annoying to me, and I thought, well, why did we get to that position? Is there a way for me to effectively gate my brand? And what you can do, and I've looked quite into it. So the more you have people that jump on your listing and knock them off, you can ask Amazon to effectively gate your brand. But I've only had 2 instances in 3 years, so I don't think I'm going to be getting the brand gated in that way. Now, The other way of doing it is, and if you've got a brand owner, if you're a brand owner, you probably received quite a lot of messages on transparency. If you're doing arbitrage, you might have had issues with selling products because of transparency. And what does that mean? Okay, so let's have a look at this item here. Now, what happens with transparency is you've got the barcode and you'll have another little QR code and a T. That's what transparency is. So if you've been selling Logitech stuff, for example, now you need to provide pictures of the transparency logo so it proves the authenticity. So what effectively you could be doing is you can enroll the brand into transparency, and then you ask Amazon for a barcode for each individual unit. So each individual unit that you create and send into Amazon will have its own transparency barcode, and therefore nobody else can copy that. Really, no one will have units with that unique transparency code. The only way for somebody to buy it would be the case of somebody buying the unit at the expensive price on you and then sell it, and it wouldn't make sense for them to do. And the moment they've bought that, well, that transparency code has been used. So there's no way for somebody to jump on that listing unless they bought something outside the Amazon platform with a transparency code. But I would be doing everything on Amazon. And I'm looking to it and I'm thinking, well, what can I do? As I said, there's emails. I've had emails on both brands that are saying they're eligible for transparency, but what does it mean and how do I enroll into it? Now, unfortunately, with being Amazon, they say to you, your brand's enrolled into transparency. You think, right, okay, I'm going to click through it. What they don't tell you is that each time that you put one of those barcodes on your item, it's going to cost an extra 5p. And then I'm thinking to myself, an extra 5p, is it worth the headache? Yeah, an extra 5p. Not having a headache of me stressing out and getting anyone jumping on my listings. If I've got a listing, well, let's say 200 times a month, okay, 400 times a month, is it worth? I think for sure it's worth that extra 5p. So say for example, okay, I've got the 0.05 and say I'm selling 700 units per month that I've got my logo on it. So I'm automatically adding an extra 35 quid cost, yeah, on my each month, but at least I'm not going to have the headache. I'm still very much considering doing it. Now, the only issue that would arise for the situation that I've got is that I'm just trying to collect more information. What happens to the units that are already on Amazon and they haven't got that transparency logo on them? Do they get away? Could we sell them? So this is what I've opened a few cases to try and figure out what happens with that. The reality is there is the transparency barcode cost varies per volume. If I wanted to get it down to 1p, I would have to be doing 1 million units, and I don't do 1 million units. So, realistically speaking, anyone that's watching this probably is going to be an extra 5p per unit. So I think it's 0.47. Yeah. Not 0.047, even apologies. For each barcode, then you'll have it, okay, so, and then you request it from Amazon, and then you'll have to stick that onto item. And then if your items haven't got those logos, if your SKU is enrolled and you haven't got those barcodes, Amazon is just not going to accept those units. So kind of crazy really with it, but a very, very, 35 quid a month to not have anyone jumping on your listings, I think is kind of worth it. And I think this is something I'm going to be considering for myself, because the last thing I want to be doing is, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm currently doing everything. So the last thing I want to be doing is having an extra job where if somebody jumps on my listing, I'll have to knock him out and I'll have to spend 1 or 2 hours trying to sort it out, opening cases, thinking like, what's happening, getting annoyed again. That's the other thing. Okay, you're annoyed. You know you're going to knock him off the listing. It is your brand, it is your trademark, but you're just annoyed. You're thinking, how somebody's jumped on my listing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking further in transparency. But if anyone's the first time looking into it, how it works, that's how it works. You roll into it, you get your barcodes, and each individual item that you send in will have a barcode. It's going to cost you an extra 5p to do it. But it means that nobody can touch your brand. So for an extra 35 quid a month for me, I think is worth it. Actually, it's not going to be 35 quid. That's a week. So probably 140. It's 140 a month. 140, an extra 140 a month. That means you've not got the headache. So it's just very interesting. I guess you can pick and choose which ASINs you want to enroll. So maybe you wanted to enroll ASINs which they're selling quite well. But yeah, I've got ASINs that I'm selling 500 times a month. So automatically I'm adding an extra cost to them, £23.5 just for that acing. I don't know, victim of unsuccess, but yeah, just annoying somebody jumping a listing. There is a way to get rid of it, which is good. But again, as with Amazon, it's going to cost money. But yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I really hope you're actually out there chasing it. It is Q4. I hope that you understand that you simply cannot have enough stock for Q4. You're going to stock out. So please, please, please make sure you're sending as much stock as you have. I do not want to really be doing anything crazy after the 25th, 26th of November. I really want to have all my stock there. And then I just see the fruit of my labours. I want to enjoy December. That's what I did last year. We shut shop on the 14th of December, and I'm currently going to do the same here. I'm going to enjoy my family and enjoy December, enjoy Christmas time. But until then, I'm going to work my socks off because it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. 5K. 12 days into November, 5K. Not too bad, really. If you're interested in any kind of mentoring when it comes to Amazon, all you got to do is just visit my website and it's there. If you would like to receive private label tips, sign up to my newsletter and you get direct access to my free Discord server too. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope you're grafting during this Q4.